When I first got out of school, I was focusing more on exhibiting and competition and making one-of-a-kind work. And I soon realized that it's not going to help me survive as an artist, because if I am sincere on doing this as a profession, I do have to sell my work to make a living.
Sadie Wang has won dozens of awards for her jewelry and hollowware, but that recognition hasn't always led to income. So over the years, she's found ways to use her skills creatively to make ends meet, allowing her to create one-of-a-kind pieces without the pressure. This is her story.
When I came to the United States, I knew I wanted to study art because in Taiwan, we did not have that opportunity. Basically, the school was set up for academic. So you either knew that you wanted to be an artist or a dancer or a musician when you're maybe 7 years old, and then you go to art school or performing school or special, maybe musical school. Otherwise, you just kind of go through the program and the system. So when I came to the United States, I knew I wanted to study art, but I just didn't know exactly what. So it was required for me to take a 3D elective, and I took jewelry. And to my surprise, my first soldering demonstration, I was hooked. As soon as I saw my TA did that demonstration, and I just thought it was magic. So after that, I've been studying and I went to grad school and making jewelry ever since.
Sadie's work has been published in books and magazines and exhibited in Japan, Korea, Taiwan, Singapore, and the United States. She's received grants and extensive recognition at craft shows and competitions. Yet, Sadie insists that she has no favorite pieces, that she hopes her best work is yet to come.
When I first got out of school, I was actually focusing on my hollowware, and my body work in the hollowware is a little bit more narrative. That basically means it's like a storytelling. There's a little bit of story. I used to put like a little ladders around my hollowware. It's like a little piece that you climb, and there were several different themes I was working on. And then when I realized I have to make a living, and I start making jewelry, which I really love to do as well, but they're very different things. And I learned from the market that the hollowware, because you require so much time, and they're technically more challenging, and they were very difficult to sell because they were very expensive. And so I felt like I had to just make jewelry to make my work more marketable. And then at a certain point, the market tanked, and it really affected my business greatly. So after that, then there was opportunity presented itself, and I started to learn how to renovate homes, and that's when I acquired a couple of rentals and make that work for me. And I think that reason that I'm capable of picking up things really quickly, or these skills really quickly, was really because of my metalworking skills, because I'm very familiar with tools, and there are a lot of the material that we use that I feel really comfortable with. The goal and purpose of me renovating homes also is really enable me to go back to the studio without the pressure. So I don't think I'll ever give up being an artist just because I'm successful at other aspects of things that I learn and do. If the work that I make for people to wear, and if they love it, and I consider that a success, because that's what I make those work for. And I think that is important, as even though they're just production, but still, if people get to enjoy a piece of handmade jewelry, that is something special. I think what is most important in art is communication, because we communicate, we make a piece of work communicate through this object, and without a piece of paper that's right next to it explaining to people or my audiences what this piece is about, if I am successful at communicating, and people, by looking at this work, they get what I'm trying to say. So that's what I'm still shooting for, even if it's like saying this piece is beautiful, has like well thought out design, or maybe it's a little story, or if I want people to look at the piece thinking that it's a lot more interesting. There's more to it than just what they see at first. They keep finding little surprises here and there. So if I'm able to communicate successfully that way, then I consider it success. And lastly, but not least, as a person, I would think that if reality and my expectation actually meet, and I think that's success.
To see more of Sadie's work or purchase jewelry, visit sadiewang.com. To follow Sadie on social media, search for Sadie Wang on Facebook or Instagram.